There's a browser extension called RoEarn that promises to give you Robux when you buy things on Roblox, and the weird thing is that this extension actually works. But before you start downloading this thing, I want to point out that while I was investigating RoEarn, I figured out a giant scamming rabbit hole involving Roblox's biggest scammer, LucentWaves.
Make sure to always trust LucentWaves in deals. He's legit.
If you know this dude, you're going to be excited for this video because I've managed to log into one of the Roblox scam accounts after someone confessed their sins to me. I figured out the scammer, LucentWaves' own personal Roblox account, by using his own extension against him, and I accidentally figured out who was behind a giant recent Roblox hack that happened in November by using a weird investigation trick. But to understand everything, we need to start at the beginning, because one of my viewers here, Maple, sent me a video suggestion saying that when they open up Roblox, they got a fancy pop-up saying, introducing RoEarn. Earn Robux cash back on every single purchase on Roblox. Now, this doesn't happen on normal Roblox. The reason why they got this pop-up is because they had a Chrome extension called Roblox Friends Remover Button. This Chrome extension advertised RoEarn. Now, if you don't know what RoEarn is, don't you worry. You don't even have to listen to me explaining it if my voice is annoying, because instead we have...
This is a quick tutorial on how to use RoEarn on Roblox. If you take a look at this catalog right now, you can see at the top left of each Roblox item how much Robux you can save. All you have to do is just press buy with RoEarn. All you have to do from here is just follow the 3 steps. Join the RoEarn hub using the play button below. You will be prompted to purchase, and then your Robux cashback will be instantly credited to your RoEarn balance for withdrawal. So we're gonna go ahead and join the game real quick. Once you join the game, you're gonna see a prompt to buy the item. Super easy. All you have to do is just press buy and press OK. So once you have done that, you should see your Robux in your RoEarn balance. Now that you want your RoEarn balance to go to your regular Roblox balance, just press withdraw to Roblox.
Despite this seeming like a very obvious scam, Maple was like, I did download this, and I'm aware I could get hacked. All I'm gonna say is that you guys are a different breed. Risk your computer getting hacked or 5 Robux. They picked the 5 Robux, and it turns out it did work. You can see that they have 5 pending Robux because an account called Sylvia Miltra, which probably is real, but hacked because of reasons I'll talk about later, but this account spent 5 Robux and bought a game pass from Maple. So this extension worked. And this extension isn't really an obvious scam if you understand Roblox, because you can get free Robux when you buy things. Roblox has a system called commissions, where if you're playing a Roblox game and you buy a 3D asset or clothing, the experience owner, they get 40% of however much you spend. It's a commission. But people have realized that they can make their own Roblox game, and then they buy items inside of the Roblox game to get this 40% money back. And there are Chrome extensions that will do this for you. There's a YouTube video by Sharkblocks, which I'd recommend a little bit more because you're fully in control of what you're doing. I'll have that linked in the description. And the thing with RoEarn is that if we look at the video, you get 6 Robux on a 95 Robux purchase. So you get around 6 to 7% of your money back instead of the 40%, which RoEarn is not worth using, but it gets so much worse. Because while people were telling me about this RoEarn extension and I was getting DMs about it, I also got DMs from other people sending me a blog post that said this was going to turn into a scam because RoEarn was run by LucentWaves. Dun dun dun. Straight up, I'm going to assume that you don't go on the internet and you don't memorize scammers' names because you actually have a social life outside of the computer. So I'm going to explain who LucentWaves is. LucentWaves, actually, hold on, let me be a little bit more professional here. Ross Porter is an 18 to 19-year-old Canadian living in Ottawa, and he is known as LucentWaves. In fact, the reason why we know how he looks, wish I didn't, is because through the Ottawa police, there was a man who was wanted for threats and mischief, and we could see good old Ross Porter right then and there. That's our Roblox scammer. God, you would think they never invented a shaver with this facial hair. Anyways, LucentWaves, or Ross Porter, was wanted on March 21st, 2024 for mischief to property and disguising himself with the intent to commit the mischief. He's also wanted for uttering threats and other mischief-related offenses. The reason why I'm pointing this out is because, one, it's funny that a Roblox scammer is wanted by the police, but the second reason why I'm pointing this out is because Ross, or LucentWaves, is going to try and take down my video by saying that I am violating YouTube's privacy guidelines. I'm really just talking about this so that YouTube's moderator that has to review this video can understand why I put this dude's name in here, because sometimes they need a little bit of help. They need a lot of help sometimes. But when YouTube decides if content should be removed for a privacy violation, they factor in combination of image, voice, full name, government ID, or uniquely identifiable info. And YouTube says that they will also consider public interest, newsworthiness, consent, and whether the information is otherwise publicly available. This is publicly available images sent by the police. But the reason why I'm pointing out Ross Porter being LucentWaves is because this is in public interest and newsworthiness. This is a Roblox scammer that has stolen hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Roblox items and currency and accounts. Again, this lies within YouTube's policy. Don't you just love how much time I had to spend to make sure I don't get taken down for saying this scammer's name? You gotta love YouTube. Anyways, LucentWaves, or Ross Porter, has been involved in numerous big Roblox scams. His biggest scam, which was documented by Bleeping Computer back in November 2022, talked about a backdoored Chrome extension installed by 200,000 Roblox players. 200,000 Roblox players had their account hacked because of Ross Porter, and this was known as the Search Blocks incident. Ross Porter, or LucentWaves, was also behind the Motive Creation scam, which was a scam where you get a DM in Roblox telling you to join a Discord server, and when you join the Discord server, it would have a fake verification thing, and it would steal your account. And with the scam, he hacked someone named Seeker. And I'm talking about this because Ross Porter, LucentWaves, made a video flexing.
Is me dancing right now to the fact that Skeeter, aka Skeeter Society owner, never getting his Roblox account back. Look.
He's calling him Skeeter Society because this dude's name used to be Seeker Society. You can see this dude as a cocky, arrogant asshole. But then after scamming people with Motive Creations rebranded into Vik Games, which if you watch my videos, you're probably very familiar with because I talked about it in a previous video. In fact, this scamming spree doesn't stop there. I made another video talking about this Roblox extension had some hidden tricks. And the hidden trick was that it would hack your account. And this was also made by LucentWaves. In fact, LucentWaves, or Ross Porter, has done so many scams that he has his own wiki article in a Roblox wiki. That is how popular of a scammer this guy is. It's a shame all the scamming couldn't buy you a razor to shave those pubes off your face. Now, here's the thing. People are saying RoEarn is owned by LucentWaves, and this could turn out to be another Search Blocks disaster where 200,000 accounts are hacked. But there's a bit of a problem. These accusations of LucentWaves being behind RoEarn, they were accusations without any definitive proof. So I needed to dig deeper. Now, the problem is that when I was talking to Maple about this RoEarn extension, they linked the RoEarn support Discord server, and it no longer works. In fact, it turns out during Christmas, this person named Jack decided to shut down the server. And with the Discord server being shut down, I couldn't get my proof, but I actually did manage to get proof in one of the weirdest possible ways. Now, it starts off pretty simple. You know, one of my viewers reaches out to me talking about RoEarn, and they're able to see that this person here, Jack, owns the RoEarn support Discord server. But as they were investigating, Unvolade, they said, actually, there might be another guy. And they see that in one of the channels that is logging stuff, they can see that there is this profile here. They figure out that this person is named Sar, and they say that this is just an alt account. But they notice that this alleged alt account has another server in common. It is the Hidden Devs Discord server, which is a Discord server meant for like developing in Roblox. But inside of the server, Sar said stuff like, how do I revert version history in Roblox Studio? So I do what I do best. I go to the Hidden Devs Discord server. I search, how do I revert? And I found out this message here. And what I do is I copy their user ID, because whenever I do any sort of investigation, user IDs are just king. They change their username, their ID will stay the same. But I wanted to see if I ever DM'd this guy before. Nothing. So I kind of assumed this was a dead end until I searched every single one of my DMs for that user ID here. And I stumbled across this person who DMs me back in April of 2025. They said, hey, no text-to-speech. I have come in contact with a person I suspect to be LucentWaves. I do not know what to do. I am seeking advice. As you can see from my profile, I am a programmer, and I got found by him on the Hidden Devs Discord server. And the first thing that I asked this dude is, what is the user ID that is sending messages to you? And can you share some of the screen screenshots of your DMs that you've had with them. And they send me this user ID here. This is the exact same user ID that this person is snitching to me is LucentWaves. Now, this isn't a perfect confirmation. I can't be like, yes, this is him. Again, this is just like another, potentially a coincidence. But
there is no such thing as a coincidence.
Because as they shared their DMs, there was the SAR account saying, hi there, I'm wondering if you are experienced with Roblox-related JavaScript. Would you know how to code a simple JavaScript Chrome extension? Now, they talked back and forth for a little bit, and they were talking about another Roblox extension, and the person who confessed to me said, what do you want remade? And SAR said, basically, I want it to have the same functionality, but I want the source code to look completely different, as if it's a brand new extension. I don't want any similarities. The SAR account wants this developer to basically copy someone's extension, but change the code so they can't figure out. Now, I want you to keep that in mind for a little bit later, copying Chrome extensions and trying to make it look different. But I got sent a whole bunch of DMs, and through those DMs, these people were working for a couple of months. They talked about how much they got paid. It was like $850 to make it was a scam. It was clearly a scam. That's why this guy was talking to me. I'm pretty sure his consciousness got to him and he started confessing to me. But then this person said he shared Vik Games account, and he sends me this screenshot where SAR says username Vik the Dev, password, which I have censored out for obvious reasons. Now, this Vik the Dev account seemed a little bit familiar because I searched on X, and this person here was talking about a motive creation scam where there was Vik the Dev, who was the owner of Vik Games, which again was confirmed to be LucentWaves. Now, the problem is that anyone could make shit up. I could say that I have the username and password to Bill Gates's Roblox account, but there's only one way to prove if this SAR account is actually LucentWaves, and it's by logging into the account. Wow, this is really anticlimactic. I was trying to build up this sick suspense and I had to do a fucking captcha. All right, it took forever. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Okay, no, hold on. This is, apparently, if this is the Vik Games account, the most well-known Roblox scammer. And you could see that they got a fucking account warning. Roblox, what the fuck are we doing? It says, we're sorry, but due to a trademark notification of claimed infringement from a trademark holder, items have been removed. Okay, sure, reactivate my account. Let's see. Holy shit. This is the Vik Games account. Holy shit. So I'm doing this all live. So this is all new stuff to me. So forgive me if the pacing of the video kind of falls off a little bit. I just want to go through and like see what the fuck is going on. So you can see he has connections. There's what? Look, it's literally the account. You can see owned Vik Games. The community has been locked. I guess we could look at like my transactions maybe. Purchases. Is there any big Robux transactions? Oh my God. The Emperor. 10,000 Robux. You're rich, Ross. You're absolutely rich. Yo, what if he was a condo dev? That'd actually be comedy. All right, creations. Vibe, bedroom for pics, roleplay, or whatevs. Oh wait, if I open up the client, will I log in as him? Hopefully not. Oh no, shit, I am. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I already know what the is going on in here, bro? What about like chats? Messages. There we go. Wait, please read this. After the little incident you've had with me, I decided to take action. A note for you. Please do not keep continuing this. I really believe you can improve. Elliot, I am so sorry. This dude did not improve. Did you guys hack me? Oh my God. All these people that are actually DMing them. And taking a look at their sent messages, they send a lot of their like scam templates to like this one person. I don't really know what to make of it, because I don't have like definitive proof again. So putting this all together, I am logged into the Vik the Dev account, which owns the Vik Games group, which is a scam that was tied to LucentWaves, and this was sent to me by the SAR account, which was an admin in the RoEarn server. So with RoEarn, this extension is made or at least connected to LucentWaves, Ross Porter, the most infamous Roblox scammer. And later on, I'll show you why this is bad, because there's already been damage from this. But getting this sort of information, I mean, logging into the dude's fucking account, doing this would require you being me. Not recommended. But it turns out you can figure out that RoEarn is owned by LucentWaves and made by LucentWaves just by digging into the code of the extension. Now, instead of explaining this code and going through it because that shit's boring, I'm going to show you exactly what I did to expose that this is LucentWaves for the second time again. But inside of RoEarn, there is a referral system. You can see this person made a Twitter post, and then they asked Grok, what is RoEarn? We are cooked as a society. Now, the reason why I'm interested in this referral system for RoEarn is that when people got this pop-up talking about introducing RoEarn because they had some weird Chrome extension, they also got a referral code, an invite code of BDXBZGAX. And when I saw this, I thought maybe there was a way to use this code to figure out who's behind the website. And the thing with these referrals is that inside of the RoEarn extension, they have commands like get referral stats, which shows you how many people have been referred. So that's good for figuring out how many people actually fell for this pop-up. And there's also a function called get referral list, which goes to the RoEarn API, which basically, it doesn't matter what it fucking means. I'll just show you. What this function does is it gets a list of everyone who used a specific referral code. And the reason why that's important is because when you're making a referral system, you kind of have to test it yourself, right? And maybe we can get some clues based on that. Now, the problem is that this whole entire function works off of a Roblox user ID. And the only thing I have is this invite code of BDXBZGAX. Sounds kind of screwed until we go back to the code again. This is like 3 days of research and me trying to condense it into a YouTube video. So if it jumps all over the place, I'm sorry, but I searched for referral code instead of just scrolling. And you can see that there is a function that turns a user ID into a referral code. And I do not give a shit about learning this code. So I pop it into ChatGPT and I say, reverse this, this code function so I can go from referral to user ID. Then figure out the user ID of this referral code, BDXBZGAX code that I got from that Twitter post. I'm throwing this bad boy into ChatGPT. So ChatGPT got back to me after 5 business days. And they told me everything about how this works. Now, we're not going to go through it because I know none of you guys give a shit. But basically, a final decoded number is this number here. If you just copy and put it into Roblox, it leads to this Roblox account 5 balance code, which in one of the screenshots, what someone sent me, I think this popped up, it's on screen. So already looking pretty good. Good job, ChatGPT. We're going somewhere. But since we have that user ID now, we can go through this referral list command and we can go through the referral stats command. And I'm going to do that using something called Insomnia. Now, if you watch my videos, you've probably seen this before, but in terms of that Chrome extension that showed that referral link, you can see that 3 days ago, I checked it and it had 17,435 people referred. Now, 3 days after, if I submit another request, it invited 300 more people. So 300 other Roblox kiddos are like, I'm going to get my 15 Robux. And they put that code into RoEarn. But remember, the whole reason why I'm doing this is because when you make a referral system and you code it, you eventually have to test it yourself. And using the command referral list with the user ID, it lists off all the people that have been referred. But the interesting thing is you can see that there is a date that they joined at, and it actually decreases. So as we go down, the older these referrals are. And of course, if you're making a referral system, you're probably going to be the first person that refers yourself. And that's exactly what is going on here, because you can see this joined at date is December 10th, December 11th. But now you can see when the extension went public on December 15th, you can see this is when most people started using the extension. Oh my God, there was a lot of people being referred. But before the sea of free Robux kiddos decided to use this extension, there was these 2 accounts that used the referral before it was even public. Now this first user ID, it leads to this account here, HubHolder0. They have a game, which was a game used to do the cashback stuff, but it was clearly an alt account. I mean, there's no connections. They had some followers, but nothing much. Then I see this user ID, 767769. And with this user ID, you can see that this is owned by an account named Luckvent. LucentWaves, Ross Porter cannot for the life of him cover his own tracks. But it doesn't stop there. No, I spent way too much time researching this because there's one massive scam that happened on Roblox recently, and there wasn't definitive proof of who was behind the scam. Spoiler, it was Lucent, and the reason why there's no definitive proof is because Lucent did try to cover his tracks. Kinda. He couldn't stop himself from inflating his ego and threatening people and flexing, but we'll get to that. But on October 2nd, 2025, Rollimons made a tweet warning certain Roblox extensions are using malicious code and had this pop-up injected into them. Do not click this prompt and remove non-trustworthy Roblox extensions. Basically, you would open up Roblox and it would tell you to update your birthday. And if you clicked on this button, your account would get hacked. And this happened for this big list list of Chrome extensions here, which we'll look a little bit closer into for obvious reasons. But the important thing to point out is what happens when you click on that button. Because again, if you look through the code, there's secrets sprinkled all over that explain what the is going on. If you had money in Roblox, if you were like relatively rich, like 30,000 minimum Robux, that's what, $300? If you clicked on that update age button and you had $300 on your Roblox account, it would change your account's email to one of these emails here. Now, guys, I need your help. Is there a pattern between all of these emails? Is there something that might be similar between all of them?
Relax, I'll handle it. I am the angry pumpkin.
Every single one of these emails has the domain RoEarn.com. Whoever owns RoEarn.com is hacking into people's accounts. And if you look at the whois for RoEarn.com, you can see that the name servers are through Cloudflare and they have the prefix of Arturo and Mona. Now, when you make an account on Cloudflare, your account is given two specific name servers. This is kind of like an identifier. So for the person who put RoEarn.com on Cloudflare, their identifiers are Arturo and Mona. But what this means is that if we search every single website across the internet for the name servers of Arturo and Mona, we will find websites that are owned by the same person that owns this RoEarn scam website. Kinda. It gets a little bit more complicated. The problem, though, is that out of this whole entire list, these are actually multiple people, because multiple people can have the same name server pairs of Arturo and Mona. So what this means is that we're looking at a whole bunch of websites that are owned by a whole bunch of different people, but they are connected in one way or another. So this is sort of one piece of the puzzle. It's a connection that we can make. For example, you can see blockchainparty.cloud and blockchainparty.tech. This is owned by the same person, but this blockchain person isn't going to be making music like Anthony B Music, who I'm pretty sure is like a reggae. I don't know, man. So what this means is that we need another way to connect our target of interest to these list of domains, and it's literally right underneath. We're talking about a fucking Roblox scammer. We need to look for the words Roblox, blocks, and Ro. And you can see there's blocks export, blocks finder. So then what I did is I isolated every single website that had the words blocks or Ro in it or Roblox. And you can see this is our list. So the person that owns RoEarn owns all of these other websites. And I can say that with almost 100% confidence because we're talking about all Roblox scams, which are all correlated together with the same name servers, which correlate them again together. It's like two things that add up together. Long story short, all of these websites are owned by the same person. Now, some of you might catch this right away, but we're talking about RoEarn.com, which I've shown you was a scam by the code that would hack people's accounts if they had $300. And in the same list of websites owned by the same person, you can see RoEarn.io. In fact, just to show you, we have RoEarn with the name servers of Arturo and Mona. I go to RoEarn and they have the name servers of Arturo and Mona. The order does not matter, they just need to be the same. RoEarn is owned by the same person who owns RoEarn, which we already know RoEarn is owned by Lucent, but now we know that this whole entire scam of these extensions asking to update your birthday and stealing your account happened by LucentWaves again. All of these Chrome extensions that stole your Roblox items are owned by the same scammer, LucentWaves. And for anyone else that didn't get their accounts hacked or they didn't notice that this was a scam because they don't stay up to date on this stuff, now what's happening is that these extensions are promoting RoEarn. In fact, you can look at the code for a lot of these extensions and they all talk about RoEarn. It's only a matter of time before he scams again. And the thing is, Lucent will scam again because he's trying to silence the people warning you about this. And I genuinely am not surprised that this video gets taken down. But remember how we were talking about RoEarn.com? When this plugin was shown in that big list of compromised extensions, a Roblox developer called Valra pointed out that RoEarn is stolen source code from me re-uploaded by this guy. Can I get an editor flashback to SARS DMs? Keep everything the same, just change the code. And another Roblox extension called Better Block Shield would alert you that this was stolen code. It was meant to keep your account safe. It's like, hey, this is a big red flag, which seems good and all, except we get to Lucent's threats. Because looking at the Better Blocks Discord server, the developer said Lucent managed to convince Chrome team to remove the shield feature, the feature that would tell you that RoEarn is malicious because it is. And unfortunately, they had to remove that part of the extension. There's no longer an antivirus thing. In fact, Lucent on an alt account joined the Discord server to say, enjoy the takedown, email has been sent. But after getting that Chrome extension taken down for flagging an actually malicious Chrome extension, LucentWaves then starts bragging. Ya broke. Chrome Web Store team got my back. They love me. No more shield. Then he starts going on a tangent where he's like, defamation, and I'm suing people this year. I have a lawyer now. Anyone who speaks badly of my products without proper evidence will not spell it correctly, will receive a cease and desist. My brother in Christ, it is a cease and desist. You can Google it. That's what it's called. In fact, remember that Jack account that owned the RoEarn extension? Would you be worried about defamation? Since you're growing pretty big, speaking bad about other people's products could potentially get you in some legal trouble. This is a underhand legal threat. And we could tell it's LucentWaves because he also says you'll get a cease and desist. We've made the connection by fucking horrible spelling. This is beautiful. Anyways, the rest of this video is me genuinely just showing you how mind-numbing this guy is. Because what Lucent will also do is, remember, this guy spends his whole entire life trying to figure out how to scam people like kids on Roblox that have probably no money. And after he scammed a whole bunch of people, remember 200,000 accounts, he then flexes how he has $1 million in crypto. It's like a reverse Robin Hood. He steals from the poor and then flexes to the poor people and then gets mad at them. My response to everyone hating, what's your net worth? Hold on, it gets better. He then starts sitting in his high chair, you know, well, you're young, but when you have bills to pay, maybe your mindset will shift. And then in some other unrelated messages, he pretends that he has a family and kids. He actually, let me restate that. He pretends he has a family and kids, and he's trying to act like this adult figure. Oh, when you're young. Remember, from the Ottawa article, this dude is either 18 or 19. And you can tell this dude is mentally still a kid because on another alt account, again, harassing this Valra person, like that. Ross's big boogeyman moment is him threatening to review bomb people. He says to Valra, save your words for 0.1 stars. I can already see your announcements filled up with crying about it. 50,000 users, but all your ratings say they lost their Robux and account. This is not just in 2025, no. I have gone way back in time, and there was a tweet by LucentWaves that someone made a meme about where he threatened to review bomb people. This is his trump card. He's like, fuck, I'm getting bullied, man. What do I do? I know what I'm gonna do as I rub my pubic facial hair. I can review bomb their extension and ruin their business. And the best part about this whole entire thing is that after Ross review bombs all these extensions, 3 days later, Google Chrome just removes them, so nothing actually fucking happens. This is the most pointless threat I have ever seen. It is actually crazy. Anyways, since I'm basically warning you about a scam that's about to happen, Lucent or Ross is gonna try and take down this video, so if it got taken down, let Team YouTube know on Twitter that they're doing a fucking horrible job at reading their own rules, and if it managed to get back up, please also share it with your friends so the algorithm picks it back up. Anyways, gamers, I'm starting off 2026 with a bang, it seems like. Bye-bye, I love you. Mwah!